wolves, when they attack a flock, they do two things. They divide and then they consume. So they want to separate people from the body, and then they want to consume. And so division, consumption is the primary mark of hell. Sacrifice and multiplication are the primary marks of heaven.
You should think about becoming a pastor, because that's very good teaching, David Engelhardt. That's really beautiful.
I recently took the Texas bar program for my law license, transferring from New York to Texas. And when you go through the criminal law part, it says a prosecutor has a duty to the facts, not to prosecution. And it says that because it recognizes the incentives for prosecutors to say, I don't care about the facts. I care about my career moving forward. And they only climb the ladder. They only go up the ranks if they get a lot of prosecutions, number of prosecutions, severity of prosecution. And so their incentive is to put people, anyone, whoever may potentially fit the bill. It doesn't matter if there's a DNA evidence. And so he has he's a Christian guy. He has a very famous video that says, don't talk to the cops, because specifically of his experience. Hey, prosecutor, you have this really scary power that you can fit a lot of different people that weren't actually involved into this crime, but don't do that. You're not supposed to do that. And the Regent University professor said they do it anyway, so you got to be really careful. Well, what is that? What am I saying? I'm saying, a person like a Candace, they're incentivized to put any kind of obscure story into what looks like a prosecutorial matrix and say, well, we got another hit here, or there's a spy on the grassy knoll, whatever the situation is. Oh, there's a Ron McCoy, there's a Mikey McCoy, there's a, who is Charlie. Frank Turek was there. And so you take all of these people, rather than pursuing truth, you're taking individuals and you're marring their character, you're maligning them, and not in a back room with a team of specialists. You're publicizing it to the world. And I think it's very harmful. I think it's very reminiscent of what Paul says in Acts chapter 20. And he says, I know that after my departure, fierce wolves will come in among you, not sparing the flock, and even from your own midst, some will rise up. And so what's that a picture of, Eric? That's a picture of, like, after a departure of a primary leader. It's not, Paul's not just, it's the word of God inspired by the Spirit of God. It's not just this, hey, just this one time in Acts 20. No. Every time when you have a giant leadership gap or a void, you have wolves that will come in from the outside to try to consume the flock. And then you have people come in from the inside that get stupid and greedy. And what wolves, when they attack a flock, they do two things. They divide and then they consume. So they want to separate people from the body, and then they want to consume. And so division, consumption is the primary mark of hell. Sacrifice and multiplication are the primary marks of heaven, right? So when we see somebody acting primarily in division, and then that division feeds their whole, I have another 1 million followers, division and consumption, that's a mark of hell. Sacrifice, which is even in the sense of, like, I'm going to be silent until the facts come out by the legal team. I'm not going to say anything about this because I need to wait and be patient because I can't see everything. I don't have all the information yet. I'm not going to make insane allegations about they're my friends, obviously. And so I see that very clearly, that, the apple, a piece of fruit, is a carrier of seed. And if it's eaten completely, if there's no more life in it, but if it's sown, then it can multiply. And there's a very clear picture of a mark of heaven, which is like the wolves that eat the sheep, like hell, wolves eat the sheep, and a mark of heaven that will be patient and wait and sacrifice. Why isn't TPUSA answering? Why don't they respond to all these things? Jesus was before the Sanhedrin, and he was about to die. And it says, and he opened not his mouth.